Out of the East African Community's 8 partner states, only Kenya and Rwanda have enacted a biosafety law to regulate the use of genetically modified organisms, or GMOs. Rwanda passed the law in December last year, and on the 21st February this year, it was gazetted. Kenya enacted its Biosafety Act in 2009. This, according to legislators, was long overdue and required the countries to improve on their food security and industrial production.
We learned that biotechnology is a broader technology and GMOs is just a part of this wider technology. The Rwandans feel that this technology is long overdue.
Now they are talking about developing genetically modified crops that can withstand natural calamities, pests and diseases. And such varieties can increase crop yields, lessen the need to use pesticides and insecticides, lift farmers out of poverty, and ensure food security.
And I can tell you for a fact, since we started using GMOs, Honorable Kakuza, we have not yet been colonized.
GMO is with us, and I want to remind my brother, we went to one of the licensed joints in Kenya, and I saw him enjoying the GMO. I don't know if he knew it is GMO or not.
However, Kenyan MP David Sankok does not agree with his countrymen who are advocating for the adoption of GMOs in the region.
And Honorable Speaker, any slight mistake will bring problem to our health and even bring problem to the whole of the ecosystem. So, Honorable Speaker, the rush to introduce GMO, it seems we don't have the need for it as per now.
They are not a solution totally. And that scientist from Kenya, who is also an expert on this area, told us frankly that it is not a silver bullet. It is not a solution.
Meanwhile, Ugandan representatives vehemently oppose the adoption of GMOs.
The products which come out of that have health risks. You can see the rampant growing of diseases.
Although Kakosa is trying to sell fear to the members of East Africa, and I know he cannot substantiate most of the fears that he has actually sold to us.
It's a chemical reaction in the body depending on the food you eat. And that food you eat affects the DNA.
What do we want, quality or quantity? I think, Right Honorable Speaker, it is important that we allow ourselves to study on this subject and ask ourselves why 50 countries in Africa, out of 54, have rejected the GMOs.
We didn't tap the potential of the country, and the country is saying that they are not in a hurry for the GMOs because the potential of the country is not yet utilized.
The Assembly has recommended that the partner states should undertake joint research on GMOs. In 2017, Uganda's parliament passed the National Biotechnology and Biosafety Bill, but the president returned it to parliament. And in 2018, the House passed the Genetic Engineering Regulatory Bill, which is yet to be signed into law. Kenya's Cabinet Secretary in charge of East African Community Affairs, Peninah Malonza, said the region will enact a policy to guide on the regulation.
The Council welcomes the report and various recommendations. The Council is going to study them.
Despite the negative perception against genetically modified organisms, biotechnology scientists believe the use and application of biotechnology outweigh its disadvantages. Jingo Francis, NTV, Nairobi in Kenya.